Hi there, welcome to another video. Today I'll be working on a bathtub waste system that has gone wrong basically. It's a known issue with these waste systems. So say if we were to look at this here, oops, sorry, just get the focus on right. Yep, there we are. The light is pretty dim in this bathroom anyway, but so basically what happens is that if we turn, let's skip that here, if we turn this, nothing happens because this thing here that we've got, that goes down now. Now that would not come up properly. So say for example if you're taking a shower and you press it, that would then break the cable that's going between. What should happen is that if you press, here we are, we think it's, yeah, losing focus. So if we press that while you're standing in the shower and this is open, this will press down, and once it's pushed down it will effectively break the mechanism inside, and then you can turn as much as you want, it's not going to come up. And eventually you can see that this one's also broken, and I mean sometimes even if you keep turning it, eventually this jog dial will stop working as well. There's a lot of negative reviews on this product as well. No matter how expensive it is, it will go. So we're going to replace this with a push mechanism one, which is basically, let me just get that here. I'll show you what we're installing. So, 1 second. What we have here is, I went down out of my way to get the Mac Alpine push system. So what we have here is this. So what will happen is once that goes in, it will just go normally like you see in a basin. But what the good thing about this one is that this is made from plastic, so it's not going to corrode, and it will remain that way. Because the one that I've seen on basins, they're made out of brass, and what happens is they corrode and they stop working, and people say, well, it's not pressing down. But if it's made of plastic, I've got some hope that it will last a bit. What a lot of people have said that it's quite slightly raised from the level of the tub, but it will be because this is a different design. And some of the people have also reviewed that it still leaks water or something, but it's not really, you know, it's negligible. Even if there's a few drops that go down, it's not really a biggie. But yeah, this will look much better. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this all out and install this. So let's give it a start and see what happens. So we've got a bathtub here. It's really nice. It's only 2 months old as well, this installation, and we've got a bath panel here. And I'm going to just pull the bath panel out. These bath panels are some of them are not easy to pull out, but what we do require is actually one of these, because basically there's no way to hold these, so it's better to have a basic one of these suction cups. So actually that would just grab onto the panel. So what we do, we lock here and we lock this one, and then that would just go through. So let me just get that out right now. Right, so let's see if we can do this. That will stick on there, press it down, and because I'm doing it one hand right now, that's what actually we'll do. That on this side, you can feel it, and that one goes on that one there. That's pretty tight, and what we do, we'll pull it from the bottom slowly, because this panel has actually got a ridge at the top, and what we do, we have to pull it from the bottom, and hopefully it will just slide out slowly, because I have already removed all the silicone that's around it, and there's nothing else, no screws, nothing. It's just held by silicone. So the panel will come off in a minute. Let me just get this camera onto a stand. Yeah, so the panel's come out now. So you're just going to remove the panel and use the handle to hold on to the panel. Slide it out of the way. This panel's quite heavy because this one's made out of MDF, so that's quite heavy. So what we have to do is we have to remove, this is the overfill, so that's the overfill, and that's the cable that goes in at the bottom. So we're going to remove this overfill pipe and at the bottom. So to remove that, we'll have to unwind or open the cover of the overfill cap. Bear with me. Let's try this and see if I can show you as well. It's not easy to actually film at the same time. So let's see if we can. It's important to use the right size screwdriver as well. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I've got a. Turn this upwards. I mean, this should be pointing downwards, but at the moment, because I'm just... There we go, so that comes off. There's a screw here, and that connects to section there. So remove that. Once that's removed, there's a little tight nut here. We have to remove that as well. That can be removed by hand usually, but let's see if we can use some of our tools now. So we can grip onto this and slightly loosen it and see if that helps us remove it. So that's turning, and once that's, there you go, that's loose now. It's quite straightforward. So once that's loose, we hold the back with our hand and keep turning, and hopefully this will come out. Once that's out, that is now removed. We'll remove the top part, don't need that, and we're going to pull the piece at the back out as well. Right, let's have a look. Here we are. Right, so this is the back piece here right now. It comes with a rubber seal. There's no silicone used on this, so the seal was quite good anyway. So let's remove that. So we've done that as well. Now we have to remove the bottom part. So to remove the bottom part, let me just get the camera right at the bottom. See if we can align this and get some light on this as well. Yeah, so here's the bottom part. So the first thing we need to do now is, oh, hold on, let me see if we can remove this. Remove the cap that is installed on there. So I'll have to then make it turn onto that. Right, that's good. Let's remove that. Now what we'll do is we'll have to release the drain. So if we just turn that slowly and drop that down. Now the waste is now disconnected from the main unit, and now we have to open this, and what we see here is there is a nut here. There, that, if you can see that, sorry. There. We have to use a screwdriver of some sort to remove that, so you can see that's turning already. That's coming away, so that's good news. So what we can do now is we can remove that. In fact, this also comes with a little tool that we can use to remove it that way as well, if we wanted to, so that we can use that. Basically, we just have to loosen this. Once it's loose, we can use our fingers to turn it, and keep turning it. At the same time, we need to hold the bottom part, because that might also start spinning. So we'll have to hold the bottom part, keep turning the top part that we just showed you, as you can see. Right, once that's out, that's disconnected and removed, and we have the whole waste out right now. You can see, let me show you. So this is the full mechanism that has come out right now, from there to there. This is all out right now, and we don't want to use that right now, so we're just going to throw that away. But just so you guys can see, it's easy to remove these things. It's not that difficult, and it can be easily done. I mean, when you buy them, the pipe comes separately, as it is on mine, like that, and then you have to connect that pipe to that section here, which I'm going to do in a minute, and then connect it. So let's just go ahead. I mean, this, in this case, this is connected via silicon, or at least it's used. Someone's obviously used silicon, which is good, which is a good thing, because you do want to make sure that it's given a proper seal. So there we are. So now that's removed as well, and it's good to use silicon in this area because we know that it has to be watertight sealed, and you don't want to revisit that again once it's sealed. I'm thinking this is part of the tub, or is there a washer on that? I think this is a washer on there and they sealed it. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's try the other one and we'll see how it works. So what we have here is a similar one, but this is a lot deeper because the mechanism is a bit different to the one that we've got. Whereas the one that I've taken out is a bit shallow because it's a bit different design. But it works on the same sort of engineering, that there's a nut in the bottom and we have to unscrew it to see how it goes. So let's unscrew the nut. Luckily this set that I bought comes with a little plastic tool, and it kind of does everything for you, so you don't have to look for your toolbox and stuff, because it kind of gives you all the accurate measurements of your pieces that you want to open. So that's going to open now. You can see it's opening. You can continue using that, it's actually fine. Now that's out, we have to remove that, remove this, and also see that goes at the bottom. So there's only one seal here, that will sit at the bottom, and we can always easily drop that down, and that will seal the top part. So I've got no issues using that right now, and then see how it looks. What I have to do is remove the existing seal that's already there because it's not the same size, it's a bit different. So sadly I'll have to remove that. I know it's got a lot of silicone on it, but sometimes it's better to use all the stuff that came with it, because I've just noticed that there is a rubber seal that is provided with this unit, which is here. There it is. You see that there? So the rubber seal is already there, so I don't need to worry too much. It's best to use that, and basically what I will do is I will also use some silicone around it and make sure that it's sealed properly. But in the meanwhile I have to remove what's already there to give it a clean finish. I mean, it's good to use a sharp knife or a blade to remove the silicone so it's removed nicely, but you have to be careful at the same time because you don't want to scratch the paintwork or anything. You just have to remove it just so we can actually remove the affected silicone that is just stuck on there. I know there are other ways probably to remove that as well, but at the moment this looks quite reasonably well, and it works for me. So we'll just remove all the silicone that we can, and then we'll install the new one. This is a good DIY job anybody can do, as I know going behind the bathtub can be quite daunting, but if you're willing to do that, then it's fine. It can be done. You just need some silicone, and sometimes you won't even need any pliers because the bath trap is all installed by hand. You don't need any tools with that. I'll just clean it So the silicone I'm using is the Sika Flex EBT. It's for bathrooms and it's clear. So where is it? Let me show you if I can just zoom out a bit. Here it is. There we are. So that's the silicone I'll use, and what I'll do is that I'm going to just make sure that it's all the way around like it should be. But what I would do is actually put silicone on here so I know that it's going to seal the unit well. So I'm going to just roll silicone around it that way. I've installed that right now. I've put the silicone on it right now, and now I'm going to just use the bottom part and just make sure that that gets connected right. Where are you at the bottom part gone? Got that, and that's this piece here. Now that's going to connect to the bottom. Right, so let me set the camera up again, sorry. The problem with existing jobs and a new job is that in an existing job you've just have, or sorry, on a new job you've got like, or if you're installing a new fresh bathtub, then you don't have to worry about anything because everything is already installed, brand new. But when you're doing a sort of fixing or replacing something, you have to clean up with the previous installation and then start all over again. So just to be on the safe side, it's always good to use a bit of silicone because you don't want to revisit the same thing again. That's the main idea behind this. Do you want to revisit it, or are we just going to... So that's what we're trying to just make sure that we don't revisit the same thing again. Once it's sealed for good. And every waste trap we buy is different. So you can't say that, oh, this will work for me and that one would work for me. It just depends. Let's just put that back in. Luckily, let's see if we can just get this glass door inside like that. And then need to use our tool, of course, and make sure it's in the center. That's quite important. Positioning everything is quite important. So what we're doing is we're twisting the top piece on the top, making sure that's right in the center and it's straight, because that will allow us to ensure that there are no leaks. And when we're tightening it, we'll just start to tighten and not move. Yep, so that's all good. We don't need to over tighten it, because if you over tighten something, then because it's all made from plastic and not metal, if you've worked on a few of these, or if you do the first one, you'll get the idea of how much tight you need to do. Right. So now this is pretty much done. What we now need to do is we can connect the bottom part, the waste, like so, and that should go in because it's a standard size, and they all kind of, you don't need any silicone, this rubber seal is good enough. And that should, it's all hand tightening it. You don't need any sort of, you know, tools or anything. It's all hand tightened. Right. What we now need to do is connect that part to the top, like so, and that would then connect there. You may need to cut it if it's too long, but it all depends, because this is just a waste, and ideally you just want it like that. So let's see. Right, so this comes with, it's quite fancy. This has got the normal looking bit, and then it's got the plate that goes on top of it, like that, to give it a nice plain look. So you've got this, and that goes on like that. So let's see, we need to put that in at the top of the back, of the tub and then connect the pipe and take it from there. There is a rubber seal on this as well. You don't need rubber around this, but some people have said, oh, this hasn't got any rubber around it. Well, you don't get rubber around it, just put silicone on it if you're really that much worried, because it's an overflow. There's no water running constantly through it. But yeah, that should work. I'm just going to install this now. Right, so I've put this at the back there, and now I'm just going to put the plate on top here and use this screw that's come with it and start tightening it. And that's how it works. And once that's done, we will use the tool that comes with it and we tighten it with the tool. Yeah, it takes a while. It's best to use the tool because it's made of plastic, it's not going to scratch anything, and that's why they supply it with it, so people don't make a mess. There we go, so that is effectively tighten it more, because what we need to do is ensure that it doesn't leak. The quality is very good on this. The it's not made from flimsy little metal, because a lot of the time if you make a flimsy metal and you're tightening it, you can see it starting changing shape. But because this is not flimsy, you can tell that it stays in its shape, and when you're tightening it, it's actually ensuring that it is being tightened right. So that's all tight now. So you can see that's connected. What we'll do is we're going to probably use, how much is it taking? Right, so that, yeah, that's fine, that overflow. Doing here is, let me show you, we've got the overflow pipe here right now, and here we are, and it's pretty long because it's going all the way like that, and we don't want that. We want it to be pretty much in line with that, if not a little bit. So at the moment it's quite far off, so we're just going to use a slight knife, and it's just going to easily cut across. You don't need no hacksaw or anything for this, it's just easily, you can easily just cut it off and it will just come off, and it's just like slice it off nicely. That's it. I think that should be enough, and then we will use the pipe and the seal that came with it. Let's see if we can put it back where it belongs. First we need to make sure the pipe goes in, so let's push the seal back. That rubber seal needs to push back. Now what we need to do is we need to push it in as much as it goes in. Once that's in, we know, and then we can easily use the seal. I believe the seal needs to go around, and we just use this to tighten it, and what that does, it just keeps the pipe in its place. And we just tighten it as much as we can with our hands. Like so. Once again, don't need to over tighten anything. All we need to do is make sure it's tightened to its maximum capacity. I think that's a good shape right now, and don't think that's looking good. So that would let the water come through straight in there, and it's in a good shape right now. So I think that's a reasonable size, and that's all connected to the top, and that's pretty locked in. And because the flow of the water is only down, not up, it should be okay now. So yeah, and there's no silicone used on this, it's pretty just push fit. So I think the job is now pretty much done. What we now need to do is install, oops, let me see, where are we? Sorry about the camera. So we've got, just push that in there, let's go in the center. We can remove the top half if you like. That's how it looks, and we just press it down, and that's locked, and we press it down, and that's open. So let's just close that for now. And the top part that I was showing you earlier, that usually looks like that, but this will now have this little nice little fancy little car on it, and that would now go all the way in like that. That's the overflow now. There we are, look at that. How nice is that? And this is pretty much an install of a twist turn mechanism to a push fit now. So we've got this, and we just have to kind of let it dry hopefully, but as far as I'm concerned, I'll run the water right now and hopefully that should be okay. Let me remove any cardboard and see how it goes. So here we go. Ooh, I think the shower was on. Oops. Sorry, I've got water on the camera. So yeah, so if we open that now, that's how it will go in. The water should go through like that. And I can see that the water's going in. Very good. Don't see any leaks right now. Let's check the bottom part. If there's any leaks anywhere. And no, we don't see any leaks. That's a good sign. Yep, that's all working as expected. I will let it dry overnight just to make sure. But yeah, this is fully in place now, so we've got no issue there as far as I can see. Here we are. Yeah, just testing it and see how it goes. Let's open that up. Yeah, here we are. Yep, no leaks whatsoever. Just use the push fit. Let's see how that works. Right, so I've just tested that and I don't see any water going through. I don't know why people are saying like this. I saw some reviews where people said that, oh, the water's going through. The water's pretty still as far as I can see right now. Yeah, the water holding on right now, as you can see. And if I want to release it, I just press it and it's all going through. There it is. Or if you want, you can easily just remove this and the water will go in twice as fast. If you still want that on, that's up to you. I personally have to remove it, but there we go. That's all done. So you push on and you push out. That's how it works. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope this helps. You're welcome to ask any questions. I've done a couple of these now. So yeah, you just get a bit of experience on these things. But yeah, not being a plumber, but you know, doing this yourself sometimes helps. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, but I would definitely recommend this one. It has good reviews, and I'll add another review to it. Obviously I'm here in the UK, so this is the one I bought.
So that's all
Plumber's
done.
Choice, and that's the model number, I think. And it's basically what's called the Push Fit Waist by Mac Alpine. Excellent, and I wouldn't encourage you to buy the twist one because it just breaks after a while. It looks fancy, but you know, when you've got kids in the house and stuff, it does not last. Even with us, I mean, if you've got a shower like right there, like that one there, and you're taking a shower and you've got that plug hole open and you put your foot on it and that's open, it will just break from inside. It will just go. If it hasn't gone the first time, it'll go the second time, but it's just not worth the hassle. But anyway, I think that is as good as they're going to get, and hopefully this will last for years to come. And thank you for everybody who's been giving nice reviews on this product, because that allowed me to buy it as well, and I will continue to give more reviews, but I'm doing a YouTube for that reason, so that will assist the reviews, plus people can actually go in and search if it is really as good as it says. But for me at the moment, I've just installed it and I feel very good. Yeah, the product is solid. It doesn't look cheap, it's heavy in weight as well, and everything I can see, it's really good. Well, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye for now. Right, for those who want to know what goes wrong with these the twist shower ones, so I'm going to open this up on one side and show you. So if you open the cap and see what's going behind the scenes, open this up. That cable, as you can see, which is over here, this cable here, this cable, it actually bends. So what is that? That when we turn the mechanism, that just sends the cable across all the way down to the drain, sends a signal or whatever you want to call it to the pop-up, and that just comes out. And likewise, when you want to close it, you turn it and it does the same thing the other way around, and that because of the weight of this, it just drops down. Now what happens is that when it's up in up position, and if you stand on it or if you press it, it will go down, and that mechanism is not designed to twist this. So what happens, I mean, it should, I think it should, because if it presses it, the cable should automatically send a signal to that, and that should just turn that way, but it doesn't. What happens is that because of the button over here is so tight, it doesn't turn, and that cable then sends, the force goes onto that, and that just snaps and it breaks. And after that, that's the end of it. Basically, you can do whatever you want. I mean, this one has changed its shape. As you can see, it's almost, the plastic has gone on it. So we're just going to put it back as it is. So that's probably going to go back. So it doesn't really matter how much money you spend. I mean, ideally you want to spend at least 30-40 pounds or something like this. Anything cheap, you know that it's just going to last for a month or two, and it will go. But definitely I wouldn't recommend these at all right now until a new design comes out. For now, I think we should always go for the the click clack ones that I've installed right now, or go for the old school one, which is like, you know, the chain, and you just pull it and it just drops. You just can't go wrong with that. That's cheaper to install and lasts forever. But if you want something fancy that we don't want to chain in my bathroom tub and this, that, the other, then just install the push fit one that I've installed right now, and that looks quite neat as well. And you don't have to mess around with the overflow, because the overflow will just work anyway. Oh well, hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Bye.